Hello, I was not expecting to get on the camera another time today, but I wanted to talk through this point in setups and why I choose to stay out of some setups because I obviously stay out of a lot of setups. But I can feel water dripping onto my feet. I literally just got out of the shower, but I sit out of a lot of setups, and right now I'm going to talk you through why I'm sitting out of this one. I don't know if it's the right decision, but I don't want to take a trade that I'm not 100% confident in that I wouldn't have taken previously to taking yesterday's trade because I don't want to go until, and I can feel like that's like kind of what's happening right now. So I just want to document it. But basically, my thought process that's kind of forcing this trade is like we obviously met this level of resistance here. We broke out of that in Asia, made an indication, correction, continuation. I saw this move in London, and I had spoken about it in the morning analysis that I filmed today. And I had said that obviously the move's already happened. It's done an indication, correction, continuation. And the way I'm kind of like my mind is trying to force this trade is going, okay, price just made an indication and it's kept going. And then this is the full correction. But at the end of the day, it's not a full correction because on the 1 hour, it's broken a low. So that's making the setup less probability. And then also the setup's already occurred. So it's again less probability as well. And obviously, I know that news wise, price is bullish. So it's very tempting to just get in based off of what I know is going on in the economy and how price should push up because that's what the economical state of the world is like saying. So that's like why I want to get in so bad. What I did see when I'm looking at on the 4 hour, which is what I base a lot of my trades off of, this is the one that we had yesterday, indication, correction, continuation, clean on the 4 hour. This one is way worse than yesterday, so I don't want to be taking it. But I'm telling you guys, like, obviously it seems like I'm explaining it now and I'm like totally chill, totally fine emotionally, like emotions wise, but I was literally like, should I enter and make back the loss that I had yesterday? Like literally, like about to whip my phone out. Not literally, but like literally just like watching price. I saw the breaker structure. You'll see I marked out the breaker structure as well, and I'm like, I want to enter, but I'm trying to be controlled. But look at the 4 hour compared to yesterday's setup. Yesterday's setup was here. Again, it did hit TP. I did put in the wrong lot size. I did put in the wrong lot size yesterday, so I had to close it at a loss. And I talked about the whole process of that yesterday. It hit my break even, and I thought that I could hold my whole position, but then I had a stop loss set at the wrong level because of trying to scale out of the position without risking a bunch of money. I don't know. You should watch that video, watch the trade recap because it will go way more into depth. I don't even know if I'm going to post this to be honest, but I think I'm gonna do like a before and after maybe because it's currently 11:30. Maybe I'll do a quick video in the morning and we'll have a look and see what happened, and you guys can kind of see what happens when I choose not to enter in trades because I feel like I obviously tell you guys the next day like, oh, I didn't choose to enter because of X, Y, and Z, but you guys never actually get to see me looking at price action before it happens and why I'm like, I see the setup but I don't want to enter. And like, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, because I took this loss, I feel like it's even more important that I showed this because even if this TP gets hit like tomorrow morning, it still would be a till trade. Like, this isn't a setup that I would take ordinarily. Like, this price action, as messy as it is, I would much rather trade in that than what is happening here. Like, that is literally like sideways movement. It is definitely not the right thing to trade, and you can even see here like we're breaking highs then we're breaking lows. Like, which way are we going? And we're on the 1 hour as well. We're not on the 15-minute or the 5 minute, we're on the 1 hour, so we shouldn't be breaking lows if price isn't looking to go bearish. But again, this is just, I set these up sometimes just to see what price does. It's obviously not me putting in an actual trade. That's why I love having my trade, like entering in my trades on MT4 because I really have to pick up my phone to go and enter in. It's not like I just, enter in while I'm on trading view. But anyway, scaling into the time frame, again, we can obviously see price had made my loom cut out. I apologize. So I was kind of midway talking. I had to clear out some storage, but you can see as we scale down, we've had the indication here, we had a correction, and we had the continuation in London, which I wanted to take and I did not taking. And I'll actually show you guys the setup because it's literally in here. I made a separate thing so I could show you guys what the setup looked like. So I'll scale down a little bit. Maybe I'll go to the 1 hour because it will look more familiar. So again, No, I'm looking at yesterday. No, this is supposed to. Oh, maybe I didn't trade. Maybe I didn't save the right one. That's annoying. Okay. Oh wait, no. I'm literally blind. It's right here. That was literally like such a stupid moment of me, but I apologize. Anyway, so the trade that I was looking at earlier today was in here. So it's past the first hour of London. I saw we had an indication, correction, price looked to continue, and then it corrected, and then I saw that it made a higher low. So I was like, okay, I'll enter based off of the next candle close that we get above the level. And scaling into the 5 minute, we can obviously see we got that, and then I was looking to see, some bullish structure be formed, and it eventually was. We had a breaker structure here, and then a breaker structure here, and a breaker structure here. So I could see that the low time frame was still bullish, even though we didn't get a breaker structure on this level. But I wanted to wait for the first hour of London because sometimes it will get to my level and then it will just dump in the first hour. So, so I avoid that time, but I didn't obviously take this trade on my live account, otherwise I wouldn't even be talking about this right now, but this was a setup that I was looking at taking, and obviously it did hit my TP, but anyway, going back, so inside my setup has already played out, and it's a setup that I already saw, so why am I doubling down? Why am I wanting to double down on the same setup? I'm probably in the headspace of being frustrated that I didn't take the setup earlier today, because it would have profited me, it would have put me into year-to-date profits, it would have recovered my loss from yesterday. I'm just speaking these things out loud because they're honestly just real, but it's not an excuse to take a trade. This is like the thought process that I have to go through. I usually can go through it like this, but having to like verbally explain it, it really is like, I have to like take a breather and just level off. Like I was looking at this earlier and I was like, okay, when price goes up and then it pushes down and makes a correction and then makes a break it and it goes back above this level and then it looks like it's made an ICC setup, I'm gonna enter. Like that was my setup, but I would rather speak through it with you guys because I feel like the mindset that I'm having right now is, a mindset that probably every beginner trader or every trader has, where they take a loss and they're like, trying to find a setup the next day, and I just feel like that's what I'm doing right now. So anyway, as you can see, I marked out the breaker structure here, and obviously we have made a high now. The thing is as well that I understood from watching psychology videos is it wasn't just psychology, it was more like a technical thing, is that they were saying that, when you take a trade, when you double down on a trade and take a second trade in the session and like you basically re-enter into a trade that you missed out on, or you FOMO trade, or you over revenge trade or whatever, they're basically saying that you can hold on, bear with me. They're basically saying that the later on that you go into the session, the less momentum, the less volume there's going to be, so the less probability that your setups are going to hit. So that's why it's 11:40 now. I usually try and get off the charts at 12 latest, because I know the volume drops, and I know that I don't need to be on the charts for longer than this. What is it? Like an hour and a half? That's like 3 hours. 3 hours of watching price action, and I don't. Is that actually 3 hours? 21 to 24 it'll be. No, 23. I don't even know. 24. Yeah, okay. It's 3 hours, but yeah, usually the start of New York session, it is the moves that I want to take. I don't want to be taking moves late into the session because then you have to hold overnight, and I'd rather take a trade in London than hold overnight. But yeah, that's my thought process right now, and that's why I'm not taking this trade. The thought process that wants me to get into the trade again is, we've got structure on the indication. This isn't a correction at all. This is just structure. Is what a trader who was forcing a trade would say. So yeah, that's my mindset. I thought that this might be helpful to have like a little bit of live time analysis. Obviously, I'm looking at price shooting up right now. And that's okay. My heart isn't racing. I'm breathing, like I was talking about in my last video. I'm breathing at a normal pace. I'm just relaxing myself. I'm like, okay, like I'm either going to take this trade, potentially profit, and potentially make back my losses, but then that's going to reinforce bad habits, it's going to be a tilt trade. I'm not going to be proud of it. When I tell you guys my trade recap, I'm not going to be proud of saying that I took the trade, because I know that I would be lying to myself if I wasn't saying that the move had already been made. The ICC setup was already made in London. So yeah, I hope you guys took value of this, and I'll see you guys in the morning if I remember. Bye. Good night. Good morning. My gosh, my Loom sat there loading, waiting to turn on the recording for I swear, a whole minute. But anyway, good morning. It is literally first thing in the morning. I was documenting my temptation to go on tilt moment yesterday. I've got my part 1 and my part 2 ready to add to this part. I'm going to show you guys the outcome of the trade and how I feel waking up. That's what we like to see. Because I knew that the analysis was wrong and price shouldn't be breaking lows if it actually wants to, go up. But yeah, I mean, that is why you don't just take setups that are low quality. That's why I don't jump in on every single setup that I see, because even if I didn't take my loss yesterday, I probably would have still seen this opportunity and been like, oh, but then I would have been like, it's not really a good opportunity. So, this is why I sit out of a lot of trading days, and that's kind of, I analyze in a way that, I don't know, I don't really know how to describe it. I would say discretion in a way, but then also it's not 100% discretion, if that makes sense. It's also just sticking very, very strongly to the strategy and the market structure and price action that is happening. But like I said earlier in the part 1 and part 2, I don't like taking trades too late in the night. That's why I get off the charts when I do, because the momentum drops, the volume drops, and you can quite clearly see that with the price action that happens towards the end of the session. You can see the start of the session, we got a smooth, clean move, and then towards the end of the session, it was just choppy. And that's why I like to keep it within this part forward of price action. But yeah, that was the outcome. I'm very, very glad I didn't enter into this trade. I'm really glad I documented this process, because it really has just affirmed that I don't need to revenge trade. Oh my gosh, I forgot to put on. I listen to singing bowls when I go to sleep. My standing table is still up, and now I'm my Loom cut out, but I was just yapping about how I'm standing up, and I just woke up and I want to sit down. But yeah, I honestly don't have anything else to tell you guys, but thank you for kind of coming with me on this journey of showing you guys why I don't take a lot of trades and why I choose to sit out of a lot of trades, and how it really does help preserve my capital. A lot to really reflect on today, I'd say, because we did obviously get a setup in London session, which I chose not to take, which is interesting that it did play out. So I have a lot of journaling to do, and I'm very, very glad that I stayed out of this. Even if price continues back into my direction, that's totally fine, but I'm still very glad that I stayed out of this trade, because it clearly wasn't a high quality setup. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day. I will speak to you guys very, very soon, because I'm going to be filming a morning analysis video shortly. I'm probably going to wait until a little bit later in the day. I have so much client work to do. You guys will know a little bit more about that if you listen to my Trading Diaries episode that I posted yesterday, where I was kind of talking about sizing up and how I wish I could just spend all my days working on trading. But I got other things that I have to do. But today I'm going to try to get it done as soon as possible, so I can continue studying and study Trades by Side's latest video. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Let me know what you guys are doing today for your trading. And yeah, I'll speak to you later today. Bye.